Do you know what I really miss in my shelves full of cool human soldiers, exosuits, mechas and the likes? A big armored truck to carry my infantry along the battlefield. So I took my chance with the re-release of the Cyclone Armored Car in desert colors by JOYTOY, and let's see if it was a good choice. The box is huge, we are almost at the same level of the big Fear and Tyrant mechas. Check out the reviews if you did not watch them already. In the meanwhile, let's try to extract this monster truck from its foam prison. I hope there is not much to assemble, which apparently seems to be the case. There is the omnipresent instruction leaflet, because the truck is mostly there already in place, but several details are to be added, from the car glass to the machine gun turrets and armor plates. Let's carefully extract it. It is tightly packaged and I don't want to break anything because of rushed handling, you know the drill. It is cool and huge beast, and the number of parts to add is quite limited, more or less like a standard JOYTOY mecha. I will spare you the details, it is quite easy, and if in doubt you can always look at the instruction leaflet. Nothing fancy. And yes, you don't have much else to do, just spend a few minutes attaching accessories here and there, and you are ready to go. Once fully assembled, it is even cooler. The wheels are not made in hard plastic, that is, you can deform them a bit if you press with some strength, but not much, just a few millimeters. It won't change your life, but it is an unexpected and welcome surprise. Moving all around, there are a lot of dirt and painting in the lower parts, while it is more cleaner in the desert colors on the top, with some additional rust and dirt here and there. Overall, it is very nicely done paint job, giving a weathered look without any excesses. There is a spare wheel to be attached at the rear. It is an easy job, and all the other running wheels can rotate without any problems, but they won't turn. We can only attack or retreat, no maneuver allowed, apparently. Below the truck there is a lot of dirt to cover the lack of details, not really a problem for me, since I don't think that this part will ever be displayed anymore. The machine gun turret is quite stiff in its slot, but it can rotate left and right. Just pay attention to the side lights, since the machine guns may hit them, unless you raise them. There is also a top door that can open or be closed, depending on how you expect to pose your action figures. It is quite handy. The engine hood can be opened, so that it is possible to display some details inside. Not much to see really, but you are not probably going to display this monster when staying at a mechanic shop, I hope. There are many more details inside the driving position. You can open the armor door and plug your 118 figure here quite comfortably. There is a retractable metal frame that you can lower to allow the figures to stand near the door too. Moving to the back, the armor plates can be removed easily, perhaps too easier. Otherwise, they provide some good cover for the 4 people that could sit there. Identical situation on the right side of the vehicle, where the door has the same platform. I guess these top grey things are protected lights that can be used to locate enemies or simply provide some additional awareness during bad weather conditions. There are some additional slots for more equipment if you have some more stuff you want to load on this beast. Let's plug back the armor plate in the slot and we have our Cyclone Armored Car ready for operations, more or less. How cool is to play with something that can finally move on wheels. The only other military vehicles I own are the 2 Wildcats ATV, which look tiny side to side to the Cyclone. Of course, they have different roles, but they seem to play quite nicely together, especially given the desert camouflage. And talking about the desert camouflage, the Marauders and the same factions units like the Ratnik and the Blackjacks seem to be perfect fittings for this armored car. Well, This is welcome since Infinity figures are sci-fi looking but not completely over the top, at least when talking about some factions. So the Cyclone is a great match for me, given the same modern war machine look and feel. Of course, it can be used with any other soldier figures from Modern War to Infinity lines. And despite this, I don't think though that this is a good fit for the Warhammer line instead, since they are two styles that are too different. And this is only my opinion, of course, and I would like to know what you think instead. Can you see the cadence going around in this? Anyway, since we are talking about Warhammer, the Invader ATV is another wheeled vehicle that our Space Marines use for fast attacks. Quite strangely, the Invader has hard plastic wheels and they are almost as large as the Cyclone road wheels. The balance about firepower instead seems to lean in favor of the Space Marine variant. Even knowing the over-the-top 40k weapons, the difference in caliber and barrel length is quite humbling. In the end, if you need a big vehicle for your human infantry, this is a great choice. It has a good price-quality ratio, but it will eat a lot of space on your shelves. Having said that, have a nice rest of the day, maybe on board of your Cyclone vehicle. It is that big.